It's up to you.
All right. So it's one of those things. So no, I heard this come up that it was, okay, do you like mushrooms?
Yeah.
Do you like black licorice?
No.
So I don't like mushrooms.
Okay.
But I like black licorice.
Interesting.
So it's just the thought of people that like mushrooms don't like black licorice. You can't like both.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I just
now
want
I'm trying to
throw it out
think
there.
of people that I know that don't like one or the other. See, my
wife likes mushrooms, does not like black licorice.
Huh.
My daughter's a little bit more of a picky eater, so she doesn't like
Really?
either one. But I know, right? I don't know where she gets it from.
Coming from you.
But yeah, my son likes mushrooms, doesn't like black licorice.
That is an interesting
I've done
theory.
An interesting poll that I just didn't put. So we gotta put a poll up or something.
Yeah, we'll ask that
it's
question.
hard to like word it in like a short.
No, I understand what you're saying though.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting concept, something that I've never once considered.
Yeah, me neither. But I've been fascinated by it.
Yeah.
As soon as they didn't bring it up quite in the way that I said it, but it was just.
You either like one or the other.
Yeah, but you don't like both.
Huh. Well, we'll put a poll out there.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
What's up?
We are back once again.
I figured that was
in our secret
introduction.
In our secret headquarters.
Our not so secret headquarters.
And back for another exhilarating episode of the Tucker and the Beard podcast.
Exhilarating.
It could have been in relationship to a summer blockbuster action movie. I don't know.
Probably.
It seems like it's not a word that I use, but it is a word that they use.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like I should use it more.
The omnipresent they.
Yes, exactly.
The marketing people.
I'm slouching a little bit. We got some feedback that
we're working on a different camera system, ladies and gentlemen. But before we dive into that, just know one thing: that this podcast is filmed
in front of a live studio,
produced, edited, and distributed by us.
Yes.
And so setting up a complicated 3-camera system so you can look us deep in the eyes when we're speaking to you is something that we would love to do and are going to give it a shot.
I question why somebody would want to look.
I don't know, but we can't see your face.
I know.
And I
know.
We're gonna test that out, but we have full-time jobs, and this is something that we do because it's fun and we like sharing our thoughts with you guys. However, if it turns out that editing a 3-camera setup takes me 5 hours worth of work to do, I can promise you this one thing: there will be no 3-camera setup.
Well, it was kind of funny. So everybody that's listening to us, I mean, you're welcome for not having to look at our faces.
Yeah.
But
I look better with a microphone in front of my face from a distance.
I've got a face for radio.
That's right.
But a lot of people are like, I can't see your face. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, like a lot of the podcasts, some people watch podcasts on YouTube more than they just listen to the audio.
Right.
And I will admit that some of the more popular ones, they've got a pretty fancy multi-cam setup, but they also have producers.
Yes.
People running, soundboards and things like that.
Which
and
in the long run, we
would love to do that.
Yeah. Anybody want to intern and be our producer and done.
Run mixers and run a sound pad for us. That would be super, super cool. But right now, it's really just the two of us.
I was going to break out in song, but I don't know.
I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Exactly.
Hey, do yourself a favor and just bring that light so people can see what's left of your face.
What's left of my face?
So we
not what's right of my face.
We have
Wow, that really got moved there.
Well, we had to exit the studio for a moment just prior to recording because we record in our office, and our office is right off of a major highway, which is great because sometimes people come and visit us unexpectedly. That looks good. And well, again, because this is a hobby and not our full-time jobs. We stop production so that we can meet people and help them achieve their real estate goals. So, so that's a thing that we were doing just prior to recording.
Yes. So, I feel like there's many things to talk about.
So many,
and I can't think of one. No.
Well, let's start. We'll start off on a somber note. I don't know if you were as big of a fan of the show Recess as I was when I was a young person.
Okay. I'm going to say that I knew of it. I would watch it occasionally when it was on.
Okay.
But I was not
a
huge
fan.
Right.
I was a huge fan. And so I saw news this morning that the actor Jason Davis, who voiced the character Mikey on the show Recess, he passed away. And that kind of bummed me out because, again, I was a huge fan of that show.
That was always one of those cartoons that I thought should become a live action. Like it was just a cool
totally could have
idea.
been, yeah. With the introduction of Disney Plus in this last few months, I've gotten to introduce my kids to the show.
Right.
Because again, I just thought it was a really fun cartoon back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
That is sad
news. So rest in peace, sir. You
of,
brought joy to a lot of people, and yeah.
Well, I'm kind of continuing that a little bit. I was reading some news that the Oscars snubbed some people during their.
You don't say.
Well, in more ways than one. I always say it wrong.
In memoriam.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I always mispronounce that, and as funny as it is,
it's not a memorandum.
It's not a memorandum.
And it's not a moratorium.
Memoriam. That Tim Conway was not recognized. Luke Perry was not recognized, and I'm running a blank on the kid's name that was from Jesse Grown Ups.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to look it up here in a minute because I don't want to be.
And, were those Tim Conway, I can see. Luke Perry was more of a small screen actor.
Right. Cameron Boyce.
Yeah, as was Cameron. I mean, obviously, he did make major motion pictures alongside one of the greatest comedic minds of our time, the one and only Adam Sandler. But I wonder if that had anything to do with it, because most of their work was done on small screen.
Right.
That the Academy just, it wasn't in their radar. I don't know why I'm standing up for the Academy, because I think they're a bunch of idiots most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of
Unless they want me to be on the Academy, then I think they're great.
Right. Well, it's
Call me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, they're recognizing everyone.
Right.
And I think that there's always going to be somebody forgotten. But
true.
Those are kind of bigger names that they probably should have just thrown in there. So, it's a little unfortunate. But anyways, now that we started off with a little somber note.
Yeah. Why don't we just keep the hits coming?
Uh-oh. We got more hits?
Well, hits might be the wrong phrasing. But Disney has stepped into the ring and will be rebooting. You haven't heard this news yet. This makes me happy.
Well, I was just like, it's sad.
Disney will be, because I think this is sad, because I wish people would try and come up with new ideas instead of just rebooting old franchises that were just rebooted.
Oh, okay. So
Disney will be rebooting Planet of the Apes. See, it is sad. We just finished another trilogy just a few years ago.
Which were good.
Yeah. I liked them all. I thought they were great.
Really, really good. Tim Burton, I thought the special effects and everything, but...
they were
They were
Tim Burton.
Right. It was really good, but it was also...
It was actually Tim Burton showing some restraint.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I'm echoey.
Don't.
That's all right.
Just get past it.
So, I feel like I'm talking in a
We'll
coffee
work through
can.
this together.
It's okay. No, so I liked it for
what it was.
But I wasn't a huge fan. But the reboot,
I thought it was a nice retelling of that concept.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was going to continue, but it never did. They left it on a
little bit of a cliffhanger.
But the new ones I thought were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Super big fan. I don't think it's something that needs to be remade right now.
No.
I'm even as excited as I am, just speaking of reboots, as excited as I am for this movie, I'm also like, which is the new Batman, I know we're going to talk about.
We'll get into that.
And that's kind of me segueing into it. But, like, it's been a month since the last Batman movie. Like, it just feels like it's just... Yeah. I think that they need to just take a break for a little bit.
What happened
for, like, a year and just completely reboot everything.
Yeah, I think...
They're continuing some things and...
I know, and that's what I keep wondering is, okay, you're going to continue... You're going to continue these sagas with the new Wonder Woman movie that's coming out.
Right. Aquaman.
Aquaman's got a sequel coming. Shazam reportedly has a sequel coming as well.
Okay.
So with those three, okay, great. You've got what you set up as the Justice League.
Right. You can't...
What are you going to do now that you've gotten rid of Batfleck and you've replaced him with Pattinson?
And I'm not sure if Henry Cavill for Superman. I don't think he's coming back.
No. So it's like, are they gonna?
You're continuing.
Is this gonna be in that universe? Is it not? Are you gonna phase that stuff out? And they just don't have it together over at Warner Brothers the way that Disney has it together with Marvel.
Yeah. Well, and it was something I think cool and bad at the same time. There was a huge CW, all their superhero shows.
Yeah.
They had Arrowverse. The Arrowverse. They had a big crossover thing that was huge all over the place. They brought back characters from, they brought back Tom Welling from Smallville. They did a big, huge crossover. But at the end of that, they brought in the Flash from the Justice League movies.
Yeah.
To meet the Flash to cross over these universes or whatever, which is super cool in one aspect. And I'm like, oh, you've just made a huge mess for yourselves.
Yeah.
At this point. So it's super cool. But, okay, so you're carrying on Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman. But you don't have Superman and Batman, and you're starting a brand new...
Well, that's what I'm curious about, is from what I understood... I don't know why I just squeaked like a teenager there.
It's fine.
Where is that going to fit? I was under the impression that those two universes were going to be independent, and then now they've got Joker,
right?
Which is again outside of the universe that they've attempted to build,
right? And then they have the Harley Quinn movie that just came out, which is still the Jared Leto
in that universe.
It's just a mess.
And it's like the Death Star.
Okay.
It keeps getting destroyed before it's even finished.
Yeah, but it's just like pick a lane.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they just need to stop everything. Just say, okay, let's... As much as I enjoy Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa as an American treasure for Aquaman, like...
Yes.
And they're good in those roles. You're just creating a mess for yourself.
But even just looking at the 7-second screen test of Pattinson's new Batsuit.
Yeah.
Okay? Just that.
Yeah.
Just that. I can already tell you that the tone of this movie will not fit inside of that universe.
This is going to be a more... I feel it's going to be... Listen, I have a lot of thoughts about this new Batman movie. But I think it is going to be more of kind of an independent, more of a Christian Bale, darker, real.
It's going to be more, it's going to be its own thing. And it's going to be a completely different tone what they've tried to do with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam specifically is they've tried to recapture that MCU vibe.
Yeah.
Mixing in a good bit of humor and a lot of tongue in cheek with an action movie.
Right.
And they've not done it well.
No, they've come close a couple times in their own thing, but they're still in second place.
Let me compare it this way. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, my wife and I received some tickets as a gift to go see a Journey tribute band.
Okay. It is not Journey. It is a Journey tribute. It's a
Journey tribute band. So yes. It is basically a cover band doing all Journey songs. And it wasn't bad.
Right. But it wasn't Journey. Right.
And that's kind of what the DCEU has become to feel like.
Wow. That is a fantastic analogy. I'm with you on that.
It's okay.
Right. But it's okay. It's an MCU tribute band.
It's an MCU tribute band.
Fantastic. And I'm 100% in that.
Like that's what I feel like with this new setup.
Yeah, I feel like they're almost there a couple times.
Yeah, but they also have some original tunes that they only play in some bars,
right,
or venues, right. and that's where we get Joker. That's where we get Birds of Prey and the Suicide Squad.
Right.
But it's so fragmented.
Oh, it's I can't keep track, and
there is no continuity.
I don't care because I'm like, okay, is this Batman gonna be in the same universe as the Joker?
That Batman
and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm just going, okay, sit.
You're just left scratching your head, going, what on earth were they actually thinking?
Right. That's why I was like, I think that I think that the new Batman movie is going to be one of the best.
I am greatly looking forward to it.
I think it is going to be one of the best. I think Robert Pattinson is going to hit it out of the park. I think the other, everybody else that they've cast. Listen, I'm not a casting director in Hollywood, so, maybe I would have made some different choices. But I think that, they're all, you got Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
You got, is it Paul?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Zano? Paul? No.
It's sad that it's over a year away still.
Yeah, it's the Riddler. But yeah, they released a little 7-second clip.
Yeah.
In,
Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle.
Yeah, as Catwoman.
I think that's a great casting. Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Which I think that was fantastic.
Yeah. John Turturro as Carmine Falcone.
Yes.
I think that's going to be killer.
Yeah. I think
people don't give that guy enough credit, but I'll say the same thing about him going into this movie as my thoughts on Ray Romano in The Irishman.
Yeah.
Just because he's funny.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not an absolute showstopper.
Yeah.
When he wants to be.
Yeah. So I'm greatly looking forward to it. I think the costume looked really, really good.
I think it was just the lighting that they chose to use in that, because it was just a screen test.
Yeah, and you couldn't see all of it.
Yeah.
You could see.
I thought it was more in the shape too of the top of the cowl and everything.
Right.
I got Netflix Daredevil vibes off of it,
and you're not the only one. I've seen that after.
But I loved the Netflix Daredevil costume. Fantastic. Yeah. So, I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
Yeah. Speaking of Daredevil, I heard some kind of rumor that might be coming back, and that character might be coming back in some way, whether it be in the MCU or in some way. Should be cool.
Interested to see how some of the Defenders come in to work with the Avengers, possibly
they
in
did
the MCU.
Really well on some.
Well,
and not.
Jessica Jones was great. Luke Cage was great.
Yeah.
Daredevil, obviously great.
Punisher was okay.
Punisher was okay.
And
Iron Fist,
It was
and
just
then
not
the
a
Defenders series itself was just okay.
It was a kind of a tribute band
to the Avengers.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's what it really truly was. But again, all of those properties are currently owned by Netflix in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously the studio was still Marvel Studios. I think that's why they had such high production value.
Right.
Because they were all really well made.
But I have to say,
I just didn't the Iron Fist, I just didn't resonate with his character very well. I kind of got low rent Green Arrow vibes off of it.
Yeah, very much. It was very reminiscent of that. They just kind of copied off each other.
Yeah, which Marvel and DC have done that back and forth more so. I'll admit, Marvel has been more so on the copying side than
in
DC.
Some ways. Well, because
more often at least.
Green Arrow was a copycat of Batman, which was of it itself. And then Hawkeye was a copy of Green Arrow. Like, it's so going.
Incestuous that it just
well played.
It just kind of all blends into one, and they both did their fair share of innovating, but they also both kind of did their fair share of ripping themselves and each other off.
Yeah, but speaking of reboots,
okay,
well, we've already talked about this. Is Kevin Smith's reboot of I'm guessing it's going to be called He-Man or Masters of the Universe. And kind of brought...
What a cast.
Yeah. I just saw...
I was actually going to... I meant to put that on my computer screen so I didn't have to read it on such a...
I know, I'm right here. So
tiny screen.
Yeah, the cast list got brought up. Big one being Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Coming in as Skeletor.
It's a big grab.
That's a big grab. And I think...
It's a really big grab.
I mean, he's famous for the Joker. So I hope it doesn't have too much of a Joker vibe, but he's... does a lot of voices, and actor I don't know too well, Chris Wood, is going to be Prince Adam / He-Man.
But there was a lot that were really, I was like,
Sarah Michelle Gellar, Diedrich Bader, Stephen Root, Alicia Silverstone, Jason Mewes, which is a nice little thing. Tony Todd from like Candyman.
Yeah.
He's got his daughter in there, Harley Quinn Smith. Kevin Michael Richardson, Justin Long is coming in.
That one I thought was I was like, oh, that was really cool.
Lena Headey, she's from Game of Thrones. She's gonna be
Henry Rollins, baby.
I was letting you do
like
it.
That one. It was
huge.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Stephen Root.
Yeah, that's huge.
Love it. And then, Kevin Michael Richardson. The voice cast for this is going to be.
I'm just surprised that he pulled it.
Amazing.
That he pulled it all together. Like,
yeah.
Listen, you and I are both Kevin Smith fans.
Yes.
But I always go, does that mean everybody else is? So to be able to bring that kind of Hollywood cast.
Well, because he is and by awesome. Design, a little bit of an outsider.
Right.
In Hollywood land because he's always been an independent filmmaker.
Right. And that's cool. He was doing a remake of Howard the Duck. I don't think that's being done.
That got canned.
Yeah.
That got canned.
But this one,
we talked about that a couple weeks ago, I think.
Exactly. But yeah, this one I'm excited that it's coming together and it's got enough of a big cast that some people will get behind it.
Speaking of things that came together.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Okay.
Let's talk about this weekend's box office for just a second.
Okay.
The number one movie in America.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of what movies are out right now.
I'll give you a moment.
Was it Sonic?
Yeah. Good job to them.
I haven't gotten a chance to go see it.
But I haven't really either. But I feel like we owe it to them.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody owes it to them.
They spent $1 million they came out with the trailer.
And people were like, the
character of Sonic was a hot mess.
Hell no. Yeah.
And I'm not even the biggest Sonic fan in the world.
No, but when I saw that first teaser, I was like,
a mess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, because they had been teasing that. Was it when we went and saw Detective Pikachu?
I think so.
And I just remember going, oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Balls, no.
Yeah.
Just no. Yeah. It looked so terrible.
It looked really, really bad. So they spent like $1 million redesigning the character.
Yeah, completely re-rendering every scene that he was in, which is
a lot of work.
Every scene.
Yeah. And came back out with a character that looked actually like the character and approved on and stuff. So I'm was actually thinking of it because I hadn't got a chance to go see it. My son wanted to go see it as well because he understood that
poor choice for them, in my opinion, to drop it on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. But for it to be,
but it killed it this weekend. Had an opening weekend of $58 million, which puts it $1 million behind the total gross for Birds of Prey.
Wow.
Domestic gross, at least.
Well, in kind of talking about Birds of Prey real quick, I have not gone and seen that movie either. Because
but it's already cleared its whole budget.
Birds of Prey?
No.
Oh, Sonic. Good.
Birds of Prey has cleared its whole...
Well, they tried to remarket the movie because it didn't do well. They tried to remarket it with a different name.
It had a $33 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Which is
not
rough
great
for really a big box office, which, a big budget box office movie, which really didn't have that huge of a budget.
Right.
At $84.5 million.
Okay.
Talking like that's chump change, right. but from, we're coming from that comic book movie world where we're talking budgets in the hundreds of millions often.
Right.
And so this one had a budget of $84.5 million, and worldwide it's done 145. So it's
okay.
It's made money, which I wasn't sure that it was going to.
Yeah, it looked.
I really wasn't sure that this movie was going to actually.
Well, and I'm trying to look it up right now.
Clear its budget at all.
But speaking of recent movies, the new Blake Lively movie. Did you see?
I didn't even know that Blake Lively was in a new movie.
That's part of the issue. Recently came out with a new movie. Rhythm Section.
Oh, I did hear about that movie, but didn't know she was in it.
It has bombed.
Has it now?
It is.
I'm coming through the...
And I'm trying to find it.
Bad Boys is still in the top 5, by the way.
Yeah.
Fantasy Island opened horribly.
Listen, kind of talking about doing...
I kind of thought it was gonna.
It's just...
I'm digging down, trying to find the Rhythm Section.
But
unless I've missed it, it's not in the top 20.
It is one of the biggest flops.
Listen, Rise of Skywalker is still in the top 15.
Rightfully so.
Okay, we're talking 8 weeks after its release.
Yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari is at number 22.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, but I'm trying to find...
They're saying that
I'm down into
the title of this article is "The Rhythm Section Fails to Tango at the Box Office in a Historically Bad Debut."
All right. Well, now I have to...
It made a mere $2.8 million on the opening weekend, making it the single worst box office debut for a movie release in over 3,000 screens.
Wow.
It takes the crown from the previous record holder, Hoot. Remember that old owl?
Oh, my. Yeah.
Which debuted in 2006 at $3.4 million.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a total...
It's a $50 million...
It's got a total worldwide gross of $5.8 million right now.
Yeah, and it's
according to Box Office Mojo.
It's a $50 million production budget.
So not an incredibly high budget either.
No, but for... Yeah.
Ouchtown.
Yeah. And has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 32%.
Okay. Now, is that critic or is that
I don't know.
Audience?
It's just saying that the...
All right, let's see here. I'm going to pull it up because Why not?
And it did. Gretel and Hansel did better at 6.1 million opening weekend.
Wow. All right, let's see here. So the audience score is almost always higher,
right,
than the critic score,
right?
But it's still at 43%.
Jeez.
For the
critics
27.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's rough. It's rough.
But it kind of makes me want to, like, it puts it on the list of, you know what, I want to check it out. I just want to see how bad.
It's like a car accident.
Yeah, like I just want to watch it.
You just have to see it. You know, if you drive by it, you kind of have to.
I still want to see the original cut.
I have no
but
desire.
I don't want to do that to myself. It's like torturing myself.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's suiciding myself.
Well, okay, so back to Fantasy Island, which didn't appear to do very well.
Right.
So I got to say this, it had a very small budget.
Okay.
Of $7 million.
Okay.
And tripled it in its opening weekend.
Well,
worldwide.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, as far as that's concerned,
yeah, and
then they succeeded.
Blumhouse has, like, you know, that's kind of what they do. They take other things and they turn them into horror movies.
Right.
So, you know, it's just interesting to see them do that. I knew it wasn't going to do super well.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I get it. That's what they do, but it's still...
It's their little niche. They weren't obviously hoping to make...
Stand by for the Love Boat. Yeah, like...
Of hell. You know,
right, like with Magnum P.I. He's going to be hunting you down and killing you.
Yeah, it's Magnum P.I., but instead of him investigating crimes, he's playing the most dangerous... He's hunting the most dangerous game.
Right.
Hey, we said it.
I know. Taking credit.
If that happens,
well, in Love Boats is just
send us an email.
Love Boats just going to be a whole bunch of people on the cruise and somebody killing people on the cruise. And
zombie virus outbreak on a cruise ship.
Hey, we can't joke about those alcohol type viruses right now.
Hey, guess what? I can.
Well, okay then.
Remember the part where we're self-produced, have no advertisers?
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want.
As I say, you can't say that with a big smile on their face.
No one gets.
Yeah, but I just don't like. They've done Charlie's Angels, and they've done Welcome to Dallas. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing.
Golden Girls. What if the Golden Girls were Charlie's Angels? Come on, man. What if the Golden Girls were Charlie's Angels?
No, I'm just thinking of
B. Arthur as Bosley.
I'm just thinking of a horror movie, Golden Girls.
Or just like a John Wick style action movie.
Just what are we doing?
You know,
I don't.
Betty White on wires. Dude, it would be great.
Oh my God, we need to write these down. So no, I was like, they just need to come up.
Well, it's like we were talking about this on, I don't know if it was last week before, but
it all blends together.
But one of the things I like to do as a musician is take songs that were supposed to be one way and make them another.
Yes.
So really, they're just doing the same thing, but with movies. Right. And what a fantastic! I think they might be onto something.
Yeah. With the Golden Girls.
What if
they were action stars?
Okay.
Yeah. You just combine Charlie's Angels and Golden Girls.
Exactly. But what if instead of what if John Wick Chapter 4 was a prequel
to the Golden Girls?
And it was just the love story between him and his wife.
Okay.
Expanded.
Okay.
You know, like take John Wick and The Notebook and
put it together. Yeah.
See?
Just make a whole John Wick universe and just
kind of. I mean, I think that's in the works.
Yes. Not to the extent that we're talking about.
Not how I would take it.
Of Golden Girls. They're rogue gang. Just,
dude, that would be hilarious and amazing.
Don't take my pudding up. Like, I don't know.
Blanche is still a whore. Oh man.
There's so many. There's
so many ways you can go through it, though.
It's really a good thing we're not in Hollywood because we're like, listen, pitch meeting. This is what we're gonna do.
Well, I almost said, what if Sesame Street was a gangster movie, but they already did that and it was terrible.
Didn't it?
Happy Time Murders.
Oh yeah, that was really bad. See, I've blocked it out of my memory.
Yeah.
Well, they've also done Sesame Street has done something really cool back in the days of when my kids maybe watched Sesame Street, but they would do little parodies of like Law and Order and stuff like X-Files and stuff like that. It was really funny.
No, but that kind of stuff I think would be killer.
I'm gonna live with that for the rest of the day. It's fantastic. Well, the funny thing is we're like, why would they do these things? And we go, you know, it'd be a good idea.
That thing,
yeah. And then it spins off into Empty Nest. Yeah.
Right. Family Ties, but like the father's an assassin.
I'm just picturing it being like the ties, like he just kidnaps families.
Right.
Like it's not actually. Oh my.
It's not his family. Oh, see,
it's just
that would be great. Full House of Mirrors.
It's like Saw.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Danny Tanner is actually a psychopath.
Yeah. Boy Meets World. He was an orphan as a young child. It's just.
No, you're just telling the story of Batman, though.
No, not to that extent. In my head, it was more of like North with like Elijah Wood.
Okay.
Just really dark.
Just versions. Really, really dark.
We're gonna start the TGIF dark universe.
Yeah, TGIF After Dark. It starts at 10 p.m. Fridays on ABC.
Perfect Strangers. Jeez.
Oh, those
Don't put us in charge of these things.
Or do. I mean, listen, apparently no one's going to have... Apparently nobody's going to have original ideas anymore, so we might as well make the reboot garbage that we're forced to deal with better.
Just dark universe of...
And just go, like, take it to places that no one else is willing to take it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's what we do.
There you go.
You know, if you were to be a fly on the wall when we're sitting here joking around in the office... You know,
it goes sideways.
Bro.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Well, I did that thing a little while ago on social media, and people, I think, thought I was joking, but it was more the conversation of my sense of humor, really funny, or somebody going, what is wrong with you?
Somebody call security.
And everybody's like, haha, that's so funny. And I'm like, no, that's just an admission.
Yeah, sometimes multiple times in the course of a single conversation, that'll happen. Be like, whoop, 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 whoop.
It's like really funny for a minute, and then it's like, oh, there's the line.
Well, okay, and that's we've got a little group chat going with a business associate of ours that, you know, because we like to do marketing a little bit differently.
Yes.
But we also would like to bounce that off of a few different people prior to publishing any of that to make sure we haven't crossed any lines.
And more often than not, it's... Well, I mean, we're okay. We're usually okay.
We're usually good, but it's nice to have a little... Hey,
I did one the other day.
What do we think of this? And it's like...
Yeah, I did one the other day, and it's like...
Hard
okay.
no.
Yeah. So
hard no.
Get yourself somebody that looks over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Make sure that you don't send that.
Well, and it's because this person, you know, it's the same kind of sense of humor as we do, but also, you know, again, you put it in front of two other people and go, what do we think?
Right.
And it's kind of a one vote will kill an idea situation.
Well,
yeah, that's how I look at it. If either of the two of you are like, no, then I'm just pulling the plug on.
Right. Well, because the other day, because we film here in Prescott, Arizona.
Yes.
The other day we had, yesterday morning, other day.
Happy President's Day.
Yeah, everybody. Happy President's Day.
It won't be when you listen to this, but it is today. Just know that we celebrate.
So yesterday morning, which had been Sunday morning, there was a boom heard around the county, so to speak, that was unidentified for kind of most of the morning, made news and everything like that. Like a lot of people were trying to figure out what it was.
A loud boom followed by a low rumble.
Which turned
for
out
several
to be,
seconds.
Yes, which turned out to be what at this moment right now, it was a meteor or a meteorite.
A meteorite.
Roughly the size of a microwave, from what I understand. That crashed somewhere nearby.
Okay.
No injuries, nothing. No damage.
It didn't hit a house or anything.
No.
It just woke everybody up.
Yeah, it would have.
Should have been up anyway.
Yeah. It was 7-something in the morning.
7:15, 7:19, actually.
7:19. Wow. So it would kind of make... But us liking to jump on the latest...
Yeah, listen, if something happens, never let a good tragedy go to waste when it comes to marketing.
So we were quickly kind of bouncing ideas off of each other, but it was, like, okay, where do you go with it? You know? And making sure that some things are not too soon. Well,
because there was kind of 3 schools of thought at the beginning before the astronomers got a hold of it and gave a pretty definitive answer as to what this sound was made by.
Could have been sonic boom, could have been an earthquake.
Could have been a meteor, could have been a meth lab.
Right.
A
lot of things went,
And so, it was kind of like, all right, you run one direction, I'll run another.
Right.
He'll run in a third direction.
Right.
And, it's a fun way to, keep our odd senses of humor in check.
And take advantage of our
and also
senses of humor.
Bounce ideas so we can take things to a whole new and slightly inappropriate level, which is, again, what we like to do.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
There you go. And on that note,
I think we're done.
We'll keep the music.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much again for rating and reviewing the show. We really appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe with notifications on the YouTube channel, and like, comment, and share on the Facebooks. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. You can find us just about anywhere.
All the things.
Yeah. So
appreciate it. Spread the word.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Like what he said. Until next time. He's Tucker.
He's the Beard.
And we are out.